around and all that. But I mean, if I could take it off in the middle, if I decide I don't like it halfway through, I can remove it.
I think you should remove it now and put up a different picture because you just put up a picture, right?
Hmm?
So you just put up a picture that you have in your gallery.
No, yeah, that's the nonviolent Rocco
I
CD
know
cover.
what that is, but what did you use? Like, did you choose it from your gallery or
Hmm.
did it choose it for you?
No, I
Or
chose it from my gallery.
oh, okay.
What up, y'all? Y'all watching?
Oh, you're on there right now?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, it is what it is. Come on, XL. You supposed to put a K on the back of my rock, bro. Pause.
If I could not see if you were, oh, here we
Let me see. Pass me the other phone and the pause button. In case this gets,
go.
in case it gets flagrant in here. Let's see. So yeah, I'm small talking. I'm terrible at small talk right now. So I guess I'll just let y'all be present for this while I get while I get it all together right now. One thing I hate about when people go live is that first minute and a half, 2 minutes when the content creator is sitting there talking about we should wait for somebody to get in here, and they just kind of twiddling their thumbs for that first one. I don't like none of that. So I'm gonna get right to it because I'm gonna upload this anyway. And you know, somebody clicks on a new video, they don't want all of that. They want to hear what's in the title. So let's get to it. Play stupid games, you win excuse me. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. This is my message to Gilbert Arenas right now. And I'm actually a Gilbert fan. Like I wasn't really into basketball like that when he was actually playing in the league, but so I didn't see his greatness there. But I mean, just his points of views on things, his basketball acumen and all of that. I appreciate all of that. The way he, his knowledge nuggets that he be sharing with the folks. And I like most of his trolling. But here's the kicker. I got a song right now. I said, N words getting out of control. Pretend her, he's getting out of control. I will knock this nigga out of control all he want. The moral of the moral of that bar is all that trolling you always playing, some negative consequences can come from that. You know what I'm saying? Trolling don't have no positive connotation to it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no like only your really good friend can troll you and it be cool. Anybody else? Stanley, what it look like, bro? Anybody else? The person being trolled can look you dead in your face and go, "Who you talking to? Why are you playing with me? Do you know me like that?" So you know, to troll is to trigger. You know what I mean? And when Gilbert Arenas got locked up for his mishap, with say he was playing having illegal card games with all kind of Ruskies and Russians and all of that. Yeah, he walked out the precinct, jumped right in front of the camera, talking about I'm snitching. I'm telling. And he had all the fun in the world he wanted to have with that. He's like, nah, I'm telling, I'm not with it. He got a bag with he got written on the bag in magic marker, informants lunch, and all of that. I mean, when he trolled about the basketball, hilarious. I love it. He trolled about everything else. Hilarious. I love it. But there's certain things, those dudes who just play too much and they don't learn. They like some niggas play too. They play so much they don't learn until they get punched in the face or until they get some negative. Like I know somebody who plays so much he got clapped in the leg. It's my man. I love him to death, but he played too much with a dude who was actually his man and was like, stop playing with me. So now we got Gilbert Arenas talking about he gonna sue people. He calling Rachel Nichols foul and anybody who it's like trolling is one thing, but he feels some type of way that people actually believe he told on Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier and whoever else. I say that's what you get. I mean, yeah, that's what you get. Where's my other phone? Let me see something. So
So do you want me to tell you some comments?
yeah, tell me some stuff.
DJ XL Celebrity.
Yeah, I seen Excel. He ain't put no K on my name.
Oh, mhm.
He's supposed to know better. I just seen him. He in the last block.
Oh, he was the first one too. I didn't see him in the first one. I just saw him the second time.
Hmm.
Brandon Farrell Brown said, "You're gonna mess around, get caught up. It's a lot of stuff that's about to come out."
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. My biggest issue right now. I mean, not my biggest issue with that, but one of the things that I see that's problematic, and I think I mentioned it in my other vlog, but you mentioning all these mafia dogs, these mafia crime families in the headline. They make it sound real scary and nasty. Way more. They use these names. It feel like to me, these names make it seem a lot more serious than just a gambling. Because gambling is legal. If you ask them, can you gamble first? If you gamble through them, it's like, what's the problem with gambling? But when you throw these mob names in there, it makes it seem more. What's the word the homeboy used? Nefarious.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it seem more nefarious. You know what I'm saying? And where they at? Where are the mob dudes? Where are the mob dudes' pictures and names and all of that? Where's all of that at?
Are they arrested? Are they
Are they
indicted?
arrested? Are they anything?
I haven't heard anything.
Stephen A. Smith raised I mean, Stephen A. Smith. He's he be competing for the coon crown, but sometimes he right, or sometimes he makes sense. I don't know if he right, but it made sense. It kind of resonated with me when he was talking about you know looking in the direction of the orange hair dude, the orange dude. Y'all know who I'm doing. The prez. Look in his direction because everybody, it's not just the public. It's not just the politicians and the Democrats and none of that. A lot of people, a lot of entities have spoken out against that dude. A lot of them. You understand what I'm saying? From the NBA, possibly the NFL, all of that. So it's like, son is so petty. It's like, yo, I don't. You said something bad. I got smoke with you too. You said what about me? It's up with you. You understand what I'm saying? And so Stephen A was like, yo, the NFL should beware as well. You know what I mean? Because it's it's up. What you mean I cut you out the last video? You in the video, bro. What you talking about? He said Jay Royale be bluffing. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I think in regards to this whole to the whole situation so far. Like I'm still following along for details. Like my first vlog I did on it, I didn't have that much info. It's just all like it was mostly like perspective. I just felt like it was weird that again we've been hearing about some of these mob family names or whatever. Not that's it's not like I don't watch a bunch of mob movies or whatever, but whatever. If those names, if any of those crime family names resonated with you, if you heard any of them before when they said that means that these dudes have been on these dudes' they've been on the law's radar for a considerable amount of time, and it's been public enough for you to have heard it. How we ain't got not near another picture of none of those? Oh yeah, y'all. Welcome to the nation. My bad. I'm your host, your tour guide, your landlord, the owner, tenant, the janitor. I'm off the damn floor. With you, if you don't follow the rules. The rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpayer citizen in the nation, leave us a super thanks or super chat or a cash app. We actually prefer the cash app, but y'all do y'all. You know, you just don't be listening. Cash app is what cash app tag will be in the description once this is uploaded, along with the Bandcamp link, along with the merch link. You know, so y'all could, if you rather hear me rap than hear me yap, then you hit the Bandcamp link. If you would, if you want to get some dope Monster Nation merch, then this is monsternation.com. Get there. Spell things right. It's ROCK, not ROC. You know what I'm saying? K is 1,000. I want all my thousands, please. It's helter skelter, not helter skelter. A's and H's, not E's and R's. It's monster, not monster. It's an A, no ER. And it's BCC. Please don't forget that one. It's not BBC. It's a difference. We don't want to talk about the difference. All right. So yeah. DJ XL said this man. Listen, you should regulate that, bro. You roll with me, not them. Anyway, so what we how do we feel about all this? Do we really feel like Gilbert Arenas is a snitch or no? Do y'all really? I mean, because I see people making whole blogs on it talking about I know it's him. If you all of the information leads to the blang blang blang. The internet's investigators and scientists. I'm not hating on them. They do great work. I just don't necessarily believe that yet. I'm not saying I don't believe. I'm saying I don't think that that's definitely the case. I'm saying play silly games, you win silly prizes. Like I feel that way wholehearted. Like that's what you get for playing around. Cause everything ain't funny, B. Everything ain't funny. If you was ever my friend growing up, you knew. Any nigga who grew up with me knows that every time ain't the time to play. I don't care how funny you is, how many jokes you got, this, that, and third. Sean Price is probably the funniest human being some of you know. He had jokes for everybody, except me. And he could have joked on me. He just knew I couldn't take a joke. And he knew I couldn't take no joke. You don't know that. So, you say something. A lot of times I be having conversations with my friends, and yeah, I could take a joke now. You know what I'm saying? I'm great. But I still have those moments where somebody be playing with me and I don't recognize their tone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not familiar with their tone. I don't know they playing. And I react kind of out of pocket. Like I get to breaking down, explaining, or, you know what I'm saying, correcting or regulating to something. They be like, yo, I was just playing, B. I was just joking. Stop playing. I'm just saying. Somebody said free the NBA. Listen, the NBA might be in for a bumpy ride right now. Word up. Because please believe. Now, I'm going to say allegedly, I'm speculating, right? It ain't just who they got. It ain't just who. First of all, they said it's like up to 31 people arrested. They only mentioned in the people. They only mentioned in the three most famous ones that they got. Who's Chauncey Billups, Scary Terry, and the other dude. What's his name? Damon Johnson. Damon. What's his name? Somebody put it in the chat. They only mentioning them because they have names, but I suspect that it don't stop with those 31 people or whatever. You know, and what's crazy is for years you've been hearing people talk about how the NBA is rigged and so on and so forth. Damon Jones, salute to you, JJP. For years you hear people speculating how the NBA rigged this, that, and the third, and you know that's one of those conversations that could blow up a dinner table, like like real talk, like everything can go wrong. It's like somebody who think they know, cause me, I only been a hardcore basketball fan since like 2011. You know, before that it was take it or leave it. You know, I'm a rep New York, but that's it. I ain't really care. But you know, you talk to some people, they'll tell you the game is rigged. You talk to somebody attached to the game, or like some of the analysts, this, that, and the third. They will talk to you like you a child on some. Don't be stupid. Like on, they'll really make you feel some type of way. And in all reality, it's rigged. It's niggas rigging it. I mean, maybe you can't convince a whole team to throw a game, but you could convince a ref. You could get to a coach. You know, the players, they got their pride, their ego, and all of that is on the line. But I mean, even that is out the window in this situation. When you hear that, considering the details of Terry Rozier's situation, he's literally like throwing games, basically, is what they said. Or in March of 2023, whole bunch of bets came in on him on the under. And he fakes an injury, allegedly, and leaves the game 9 minutes into the first quarter. Yeah. So his pride or ego didn't, you know what I'm saying? Didn't forbid him or prevent him from throwing the game, if that's true, you know what I'm saying? If all that's being said is everything. You know what I mean? But a lot of times I could see that. You know, I could see. I know the spirit. Like I'm like you can't pay me to write no whack rhyme, a rhyme that I know is whack. I can't do. You can't do that. Like my ego, my pride, my ego, my what's the more positive word for ego and pride? Even though the ego and pride ain't necessarily bad words, the way y'all look at them, I'm just never mind. Even like I'm not one of them. You can't pay me to dumb down my intelligence, creativity, greatness, whatever. You know what I mean? But somebody like somebody else might, somebody like a ref, somebody like a promoter, somebody like a hanger on or a entourage nigga who don't love the craft the way I love. You might be able to, you know what I'm saying? You never know. Slim said because they ain't talking yet. Who ain't talking yet?
But probably the guys that are caught, maybe they haven't talked to get the mafia guys' names, but then how are they saying there's mafia guys involved if they
Yeah,
don't?
man, they know it's you got
They
the
have to know.
the same way they put the squeeze on everybody else. You lock up 100 niggas, 50 of them niggas, 70 of them niggas ain't do nothing, right? But they know who did. When they hear they caught up in a conspiracy, you understand? They shown pictures that make them look bad, shaking hands with people that they know guilty. They tell. But they know somebody. If they know it's the Genovese, is I don't know if that's one of the names they said, but whatever names, if they know that, then they got somebody they could go to.
Mm-hmm. They wouldn't be saying the name if they didn't have,
Right,
or they would be blowing their whole shit, their whole investigation or
right. I got to reach out to some of my battle rap friends, see if I could get them to throw a battle, make me a few, make me a couple hours or something. Word up. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
some names out
So don't put that on Big Shot, son. Son said he don't look
there.
not.
Handcuff cover.
Nah, bro. I think he actually did look like he been in handcuffs before. I'm sorry to say that. Like he didn't look that out of place when he was walking in the courtroom and all that. He looked like a dude who was like, "I've been here before. This ain't nothing." Maybe because he, maybe because he about to tell. Oh man, yeah, cannabis in here. Salute to cannabis. Somebody said cannabis is in the building. And I know I don't know if this was Cannabis' first song, but I know one of his first songs that he came out with. At least one of them was with Helter Skelter. Y'all ain't know that, right? Helter Skelter and Razzcats. It's on the Rhyme and Reason soundtrack. He said there's somebody stand. What does that mean? So let me know if y'all think. Let me put in the chat. Let me know if you think Gil actually snitched, and or let me know if y'all think he's just receiving his stupid prize for his stupid games.
His name is Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby is a great name. I have to say that. It really is. Slim Slam, you said one. What? That's the first choice. You think he really? You think he really Ratatouille? Gil blew something up. You think he blew something up on purpose, or he blew something up dry snitching? Because dry snitching is different, people. Dry snitching is people saying too. I dry snitched one time when I punched a dude in front of the police. That was me. Like by me doing that, it was a fight. Went down, went crazy, and all of that. When police got there, I was supposed to act like nothing happened. But I was so in the, and this is why I say I hate. This is why I say I never lose it. Like 99% of the time, I'm always thinking about what I'm doing because when I'm not thinking, you know what I'm saying? I don't I've never been like I like to for the most part I say I rarely ever am enraged. Like I get angry. Like I done been in whole fights, real street situations and wasn't really enraged. I was just like, all right, this gotta happen. So this is what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? But in that enraged state, twice this happened to me where it was like when the police showed up on the scene, I knew they was there and I kept going. You understand? That's actually dry snitching. You understand what I'm saying? Some people might not look at it like that, but if you're gonna be a stickler for the rules of the streets, police came on the scene trying to figure out what happened, and I punch a dude dead in the face. I just now told them something happened. You understand what I'm saying? Now don't kill me out there, all of you, you know what I'm saying? All of you people looking for. So what I'm saying is this: the question I was saying is, you think Gil snitched on purpose? To those who believe Gil actually snitched, or do you believe he said something accidentally? Because they will trick you up, and even if they don't trick you up, when you like, I see them on Gil's show, on a lot of these shows, talking about how they used to gamble on the plane, how they used to do this, that, and the third. Like it's alright to talk about these things, uh, the way they behave. You understand what I'm saying? But little tidbits, little knowledge nuggets can be dropped in those and then used against you in the court of law.
Some Simon said dry, like on some everybody know type talking, inside scoop.
I definitely think that's a positive. I think he might have did that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
I think
That's the most plausible.
like that's the most. I mean, he could be a whole rat too, right? But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
from what I think, like any whole, if you a whole entire rat, you're not jumping on camera and going, "I'm snitching," just to then later go, "How you gonna say that? I'm suing." You understand what I'm saying?
think every one of them niggas said, "What about them?"
Oh man.
See, Cat Carlito said on purpose. He always talk about what other players did, and that's why they went for
Hmm. Hmm.
him. DJ XL said Rico style.
Rico style. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Um. If it's on if it's on some dry snitchery, then a lot of you niggas dry snitched in the NBA. I mean, I can't name names. I don't remember, but I know I heard a lot of conversations with dudes talking about certain things that I mean technically are illegal. Gambling is only legal if you do it through massa. Every other time it's illegal. You know what I mean? I feel like certain laws are just there. Like certain laws are just there to get you when we need you. Y'all can run around, do all of this, that, and the third. We ain't really tripping off of that. But if we need you up out of here and we ain't got nothing to get you up out of here, we could just pull that law from under the table right there that we ain't enforced in 12 years, in 20 years, 100 years. And because we haven't enforced that law, it's like jaywalking. You go to New York, everybody jaywalks, right? If all of a sudden New York City said they wanted to create some revenue from somewhere, they can just have the cops start enforcing jaywalking. Everybody jaywalks every day in New York. So they just get a whole bunch of tickets for something that was already illegal, but they just didn't treat it like it was illegal yesterday. So when I look at gambling, you got all of the basketball players talk about how they do. I done heard about card games I never heard of before from basketball players talking about how much money they was losing in on the plane. You ain't even the furthest flight going from from one coast to the other coast is 5-6 hours. You ain't even made it 7 hours and you lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this is what they doing, right? It said Terry Rozier for him giving out insider information. He said like they delivered like $550,000 to his back door. Like they came to his crib with that with the money. Meanwhile, his contract is for like multiple millions. Now, I ain't no pocket watcher, man. So what? We all pocket watch. How do you, bruh? That's wild to me. I'm not even gonna ask how. I'm just saying that's wild.
So Cat Carlito said when you were talking about Gil, he came out of the Fed building laughing and playing. JJP said Gil been unsavory, real slimy type of individual. He a weirdo for real.
Said unsavory. Yo, do y'all see the background? My green screen background. That's my most recent mixtape. Go to the Bandcamp link and get it. It's called Nonviolent Rocco. Yes, Nonviolent Rocco. Continue. Sorry.
Because 2K Raw Hip Hop just bought it.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Torian Howard said damn near everything illegal without massa.
Right. You understand what I'm saying?
DJ XL said when he got caught with the hammer, he tried to bring people down with him, from what I remember.
Who? Gil? Gil got caught with mad hammers, but they told the whole story like how they talked about how that went down. It was him and another dude. Like they both was on some hammer time activities and all of that. Cause Gil was trolling his friend.
He said he swear he think he put another Wizards player in the mix.
Yeah, it was his teammate.
Oh, okay.
It was his teammate. They was in a locker room arguing, and Gil was being an asshole. Like he's admittedly a dickhead. Like he and proud of it. You understand what I'm saying? So, he as he's telling the story, he's not leaving out that. He's like, like, oh, you can't get me started. I'm gonna do too much. Blah 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 blah. And him and his homeboy, his teammate, they was arguing. And the argument got out of hand. Niggas start talking about violence. Niggas start talking about guns. He's like, I bought an old man's gun collection. Like, so at this point, I got like 100 guns. Paraphrasing, but he's like, I got all these guns in the crib. Like, oh, you want to talk? Oh, word? So this nigga bring multiple guns to the locker room, gives one to the man, like sits it on in his locker or something like that. Now, what you want to do? What? Just playing too much. Ended his career. Well, his career ain't end from that, but he had a stain on his name that he never got off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he just played too much. Over gambling. You right, bro. That's what that whole shit was about with him and his teammate.
Okay.
Over gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Good call, Cack. Word, these niggas is interesting.
The scene at a casino.
What'd you say?
Said Torian said a scene at a casino.
Right.
A scene at a casino.
Yeah, and I'm saying like, cause on some real like, back to the Malcolm X in me. Like, what is we doing, B? Like, how many? Any nigga who tell you not to gamble, like if anybody in this chat, if you know anybody who got a gambling habit, and anybody has ever told them not to gamble, they have told them about the house being rigged. The house always wins. It's rigged. You're not going. You understand what I'm saying? They cheating you. They blah 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 blah. Yeah, they let you win in the beginning. If you stay long enough, they gonna. They say that all the time, right? So the average person that's gonna tell you that don't even know how they rigging it. They just know it's rigged, or they just assume it's rigged. And the gambler makes a decision to go in there and bet all his or lose half it, whatever. He makes a decision to proceed anyway, right? How is that different from Chauncey Billups and them cheating? Because if we all believe, if we are all to assume that they cheating in the casinos, then what's wrong with Chauncey and them niggas cheating? Jay said paperwork.
It's the only difference. It's paperwork.
Paperwork.
But Torian did say, makes me wonder, is DraftKings and all these sports betting sites, are they funded by dirty money?
Say that again.
Torian said, it makes me wonder, is DraftKings and all these sports betting sites, are they funded by dirty money?
Well, that's a good question.
And is there any type of cheating on this digital stuff where no one can even see?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, B.
Yeah.
Like, the house always wins for a
Right.
reason. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, come on, B. You can't see how they cheat. And it's DraftKings, who else? FanDuel, any of these dudes. Are they rocking with dirty money? Probably. First of all, burst the ball. All of the this is not a, what do I call this? This is a theory. And I didn't come up with this theory on my own, right? But this is a theory. Everybody who made it to a certain amount of money and power did some dirt. Like, you think you think all of the billionaires in this world, the government, think of anybody you know that's rich and powerful, you think they just was just batting 1,000? No, you got some quiet millionaires. Let's say somebody, the nigga who invented the cell phone or whatever. Like, they might be somewhere chilling, right? But to answer your question, yes. Yes, they could be using dirty money. They act like the mob. That's because that's all this is. All this really is you making money and we not getting none. That's all this really is.
Yeah, for sure.
It ain't nothing no more complicated than that. So why wouldn't I believe they got drug money in it? I don't know, but if you told me that, I'm not going to fall out on the floor and be like, oh, I'm appalled. No, not even. Salute Galvatron. That's a great name.
Said all them DJ XL, I think he was referring to the betting sites that all of them are shareholder companies that anybody with dough can be an owner, quote unquote. Uh, Probably, I don't know.
Whatever. You probably right. It probably I'm not sure how that adds up, but I'm sure that it don't dis I'm sure it don't discredit the fact that them niggas be dirty. You know what I'm saying?
You take this time to say hi to
I guess I can. What up, Joshua? I mean, I already kicked like two, three people out because they was talking stupid and all of that. But everybody here now is pretty cool. Galvatron, love your name. Salute to XL. That's my brother. He was part of my last vlog. Um, Salute Torian R2000. What it do? What it do? Ain't nobody leave no super chat and all that. Everybody just getting all this free love. It's cool though. I love y'all.
people. Dirty money to fund prison systems.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that, bro.
Right.
Like, listen, all of this stuff, like, I know I don't talk about, you hear me say I don't like talking about politics and stuff like that, and I don't. It's because, like, bro, like, my fan base ain't, I don't trust y'all enough to fight if I get canceled. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all gonna hold me down for real, for real? What y'all gonna do if I get canceled for telling y'all what I really think about some of this stuff? What y'all gonna do?
He says so.
Yo, I'm telling you, me and X was in the car when I was in Baltimore. Me and X, linked up with son. He in the car playing
Oh,
mad.
there's a super chat.
He in the car playing mad.
Oh, that's XL?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh. Hey, XL.
No, XL, Baltimore, not Boston.
Boston. Oh, okay.
All right, he in the car playing mad. Snap Gungu. Salute, bro. I gotta call you. I gotta ask you a question. But Poppy Cashmore, appreciate your super. What is it? That's super thanks, super chat. What I was saying? Oh yeah, X. I get in the car with X. This nigga is listening to some old school music, right? You'll never hear me listening to this, right? But it was it was 90s rap lyrics. It was an AI mashup and the shit
Right.
sounded awesome.
Yeah.
And I was conflicted. Cause you know how I feel about Allen Iverson, not the player, the technology. AI. You know how I feel about AI. And I was questioning my own morals because this shit was it sounded beautiful. I'm sorry. It was. It was super dope. So I had to then reconsider how I feel about some of this stuff. But anyway, Spoon, ROCK.
King Hayes, the only Hayes YouTube channel, said I told you I would have gave you a mean Baltimore playlist.
I didn't need no playlist. That ain't what I was there for. You know what I'm saying? I just got in the whip and it was crazy. I was like, what is this? My boy was like, yo, this AI shit got me in a chokehold. I'm like, I'm like, what's that? It's like, can't lose everything around me. Green, 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 green. I'm like, nah. Oh man. It was wild, B.
I've heard that with Tupac.
Yeah, and listen, I heard he played a Tupac joint too. Like I was like, oh man, I just now seen a video where Edie Amin was like, yo, don't send me that, right? I was like, well, I don't know if he said that specifically. I think he was talking more about the AI pictures, all of the Tupac still alive, this, that. And he had to, he arguing with Vince McMahon type of shit they got going on. All of this wild shit they doing. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Tori and Howard for the super chat, whichever one they call it. I still feel kind of new here with all this, but the appreciation is appreciated. Nigga said, wait till you hear the art of disrespectinization sounding like Isaac Hayes and you wildin', son. Now I wouldn't even be mad. I'm actually curious to hear this.
Right.
Right? Only look, the biggest problem with that kind of the only real problem I see with that kind of AI is Galvatron. I need my K, God. What are you doing, B? Only real problem I see with it is if the original artist or their estate ain't being compensated. You understand what I'm saying? Credit or it ain't like you gotta credit them. We already know who it is, right? Like, but the compensation. Cameron's song sounded better than the original. I'm like, damn. Somebody just sent me some point. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna see who that was. See if it's pertaining to this, so I could curse out. Oh, it's not. Okay. I was gonna curse a nigga out. How dare you leave my live to text me on another app? But anyway, does anybody care about the verses going on? How y'all feel about that?
It's still going on?
I mean,
Did it end?
did it end? Cash Money versus No Limit. What y'all think about it? Is it over? Let's see. Let me check. Oh, it's over. Somebody, somebody. Look, the alert that came up in my phone said, "It's trash," right? And I didn't know what they was talking about. I thought it was somebody in here talking about the AI mashups we was talking about it trash. I was going to yell at XL, like, son, how you going, you understand? But no, it wasn't son.
Someone said the beginning was kind of whack. They needed to start with bangers, if you ask me. King Hazy.
Man, you only get 10 tries. You're supposed to
Yeah,
start and finish with
right,
bangers.
right.
Who saw it?
Someone said, Kendrick said, nope, not my kind of hip hop. G Money Ragger.
Ah,
No Limit got it for me. Not a fan of Cash Money. I was No Limit over Cash Money, but I have my reasons. No Limit, no questions.
Grave, what it do? Jimoni, you know XL? XL, say what up to Jimoni Ryger. Y'all brothers on the low.
RPM said he watched it. Torian said Currency was signed to both. Who y'all think who would have came out for?
What happened?
Said Currency was signed to both labels, I guess.
Oh, word. Said who he would have came out. Was he there?
Oh.
I need answers. Let's find
Someone
this.
said I wasn't watching that shit.
I know, right? Let's find this on YouTube. Turn on the TV. See what they talk about. As a fan of Fiend, Mac, and a couple of Mystical, Fiend was able. So who won? Somebody said BCC and Wu. It'll never happen.
Mm-hmm.
Son said Cash Money got Juvie. No way they losing. I love it.
Poppy Cashmore said I'm 52 and Black Moon Enter the Stage changed my music taste. That verses was dumpster juice.
Oh, where is that? Oh my goodness. You said as you reading it, I'm like, is that on the TV? I'm
No.
looking for it on the screen. Oh, it's in here. Let me see. Uh, damn, that's harsh, Poppy.
Right. That's harsh.
I mean, but hey, you free to say you free to say it how you say it with your chest.
So what am I looking at? Let's see.
It just happened like it was just on right now, bro.
I can't play with the sound.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, right? I don't think none of them are great performers. Like I think the No Limit Boys, like Master P, they brought a whole like they brought a whole lot of energy. Like I didn't like I said I didn't see the verses, right? But just from what I know about them, like they shows be mad, hype. But I don't I never viewed them as very skilled performers. It's not a diss. Like, you got hits you don't even need. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, the crowd going to say all your lyrics with you and all of that, right? But I know I did see like small pieces of it as I was, scrolling through. I was on my phone. I was before I came on here to talk to y'all. It was like I saw little pieces and it didn't look very coordinated. It didn't look very choreographed. It didn't look very energetic. Like it didn't. It looked like, but I ain't want to pass no judgment because I wanted to watch it before I did any of that. But sound like y'all saying, you know what I'm saying, what I was seeing. I agree with you, Poppy. Trying to figure it out, trying to crack that lane. Nah, Grave, they gave a lot of energy, but I'm not. I'm that energy is one thing, performance is another. You know what I mean? When dudes is doing ad libs all over each other and they all sloppy and all of that's part of performance. You know what I'm saying? What up, Jonathan? How about this? How about I ask y'all just this, plain and simple? No verses. Skip the verses. Who do you prefer? No limit or cash money? I'll start. I prefer cash money. Who do you prefer? Okay, Jimony. Jiminy. Cash money, no limit, no limit. Pill Cosby said Super Cat versus Mad Lion. I gotta go Mad Lion. Even though I like Super Cat better, but Mad Lion, he used to run with us, so I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Gotta roll with the homeboy. XL, you like No Limit? I'm surprised. Nah, Super Cat was that dude, bro. Until Sean Paul came and stole his life. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that, y'all. I promise you, I thought when Super Cat came home from jail, it was up for him and Sean Paul. I was like, Sean Paul better go duck and hide. This is what I thought. Anyway, so the only rapper you like is Juvie?
Cash money rapper.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I think Wayne really one of the best. I mean, and it's crazy. You got people. I know people who hate Little Wayne, And I hate having discussions with them because I gotta tell them you don't know what you're listening to. And the truth is they do, right? But it just don't resonate with them. I'm just like, nah, bro. Wayne really wanted him. Wayne was always my favorite member out of them, even when he was a kid, on Bling Bling and all of that.
Spoon said no limit only because Master P was a real G and he never kissed Romeo on the lips. Pause.
That's funny. Let me read it out
That's
loud.
funny, Spoon.
Spoon said no limit. He prefers no limit only because Master P was a real G, and he never kissed Romeo on the lips. That's solid. That's solid. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I don't want this to be that long. Yeah, we off topic, but it's all good. I mean, it's fine. We just came here to kind of freestyle with it. This is hip hop right here. I am supposed to care about this. This versus the Wu Tang Boot Camp versus is never happening. Give it up. Um, Gilbert Arenas. I think he dry snitched. I don't think he snitched. I don't think he ratted. I think he dry snitched though. But
Desert Snitch.
desert snitching. Popeye's biscuit snitching. Yeah. Said BG had some solid albums though. Yeah, I think BG was nice. I just never really got into him. What was Snoop there? Hold on, did Snoop show up on No Limit's behalf? Because under those circumstances, I gotta go with No Limit. I gotta change my vote.
I don't know. Some only one person said that Snoop was there, but can we get verification?
I heard one person in here said Snoop was there. We need verification.
Because we're not there yet.
Somebody said Core Mega versus AZ. I'm not doing that. Um, let's see. Joel says Snoop did show up. Did he rap?
Right. But Snoop No Limit Run was trash.
Nah, I can't agree with you that, son. Son Last Meal album was my joint. I got a couple of those songs on my Death Row playlist because it's Snoop. Even though it wasn't on Death Row, it's Snoop.
Torian said he came out for 2 seconds.
Word. What'd he do?
Look around, salute. No.
I'm gonna keep it. Hold on. Here's all right. So I got it on the screen right now, and I'm gonna just keep it 100 with y'all right now. I always hated that note. I always hated Master P rap moves. This is rap moves right here. Just hate it. Always have. I'm sorry. I gotta say this though. So all of cause I ain't hear nobody give Silk the Shocker no props in here. And I don't know how I feel about y'all right now about that. All y'all screaming no limit. Ain't nobody give Silk not one shout out, right? And I know why, but I'm about to tell y'all something that y'all probably don't know. But as a professional rapper, I know this, right? A lot of people said mean things about Silk the Shocker's raps, right? I'm here to tell you that it's not his raps that were the problem. It was only his ad libs. This is a theory. I didn't go deep into this theory, but I seen it, heard it, and bang, something just clicked in my mind, right? It was an award show a long time ago, right? Where Silk the Shocker performed with Trina at this award show. And When Silk came out and did his raps sounded great. It what his ad libs weren't there clouded. What it is, so let me explain something to you, right? If you write your rhyme and you lay your rhyme, right? Or let's say you gotta read it to lay it, you don't know it that good. When you lay your ad libs on it, it could be hard to match. It could be difficult to match your ad libs to the timing of the lead vocals, right? Now sometimes if you do it a certain way, it works anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like a certain if you do it purposefully, you can, it doesn't have to match all the way. But if you're doing it by mistake, it's gonna muddy up the vocals, right? Niggas ain't gonna be able to hear what you saying that good, so on and so forth, right? But when he was on stage without no ad libs, and it was just him doing the lead vocals, was like I had a light bulb moment. I was like, oh, like blew my mind. I'm like, yo, this nigga can actually rap.
DJ XL said, nah, his rhymes is trash. He be trying to fit too many words into one bar.
XL, you ain't see what I saw. And you tell me about DJ. When we talking about rapping, I'm right. You not. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I'm the authority when it come to this. You understand what I'm saying? So just take my word for this one, and go on YouTube and look for Silk the Shocker performs with Trina, whatever. See if you can find that, and I promise you, you gonna be like, I mean, I'm not saying you gonna think he dope, but you gonna be like, oh, this is alright. I ever lied to you before, XL?
Didn't y'all have beef with No Limit?
Nah, we didn't. Who said that?
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. No, we did not have beef with No Limit. We did have issues with Mystical though, but that was before he got to No Limit. Like, and when he got to No Limit, it was like what we was mad at him over was a mute point. It was because Mystical, when he first came out, he was repping something called the boot camp click, and in hip hop that's problematic. So that was what our issue was about. You know what I'm saying? We almost had a run in, but it wasn't a real run in. I never actually saw Mystical in my life in person, but I was close to him. Still never saw him. But yeah, go check on my page. There's a story I tell. I check my playlist. It's called "It Went Down Like This." You know, go on the page. Then multiple playlists. There's one called "It Went Down Like This," where I tell the story about the Mystical situation.
Christopher Caldwell said, Detroit 313 in the building.
Salute to the D.
I was like, you better. Torian says, Silk the Shocker compresses. It's the same thing Busta does.
No, it's not the same thing Buster does. It's not. Buster knows how to use his ad libs.
That's what Torian says.
Silk didn't know how. Like when I first met Redman, the first time I met Redman, I worked with him. Right? It was on the song called "The Points." It's a soundtrack for this movie called Panther, not the Marvel movie, right? But it was about the Black Panther movement, right? And I worked with him, and in that moment, I learned something from Redman. Like I said, "Oh shit!" And it was how he did his ad libs. I didn't know you could do ad libs like that. I was originally trying to match my ad libs well, as close to perfect. Maybe not trying to match them exactly, but Redman showed me that they didn't have to match, period, if you did them a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I kind of took that from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna use that. But then later on in my career, and it persisted throughout my career for a while. But later on, when I worked with Scott Storch kind of what I learned from Scott Storch kind of undid what I learned from Redman. I guess it was just at a different time in my life when He taught me the value, or he showed me, not knowing he was teaching me, he showed me the value of, why it's important and why it's dope when you match your ad libs exactly. You know what I'm saying? And so now I do a little bit of a mixture of both. Let's see. Let me see. What song they removed? Kendrick?
And you probably want to wrap it up soon.
Mm-hmm. Keith Murray versus Fredro. I was in the building that night, quiet as kept. Everybody thought Keith Murray was going to smoke Fredro. I was one of the only people I know that was like, do not sleep on Fredro. And it wasn't like I ever heard Fredro battle, but I just knew that Fredro was slept on because of 50 Cent. I mean, not 50 Cent. Excuse me, because of Sticky Fingers. When you got somebody like Sticky in the group, he commands so much attention. It was like people would not notice how dope Fredro was. But I'm like, nah, Fredro can be problematic.
I wonder how many steps he does.
Huh? Oh. This kid, salute to you, Jess Bracken. Anyway, anyway, I'll be back later. Not later tonight, but I'll be back to talk as the news progresses on this, the attack on the NBA, the attack on black athletes. Yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna talk about it some more as more info comes out. Gilbert Arenas, I think he should just. I mean, hey, it is what it is at this point for him right now. His talk is talk. But don't be mad. Can't be mad.
Two unorthodox wants to say what's up. Close to the bottom.
I'll get all the way down here, Misty. Too unorthodox. Too unorthodox. I knew somebody. I think he was. Was it a group too unorthodox, or was that just one of the members? Is nah. I knew a group called too unorthodox. They was dope. You from Brooklyn? Salute to you. Appreciate the props and all that.
He said, "Yep, from Brooklyn, I guess."
You know Bamboo? This will let me know if it's the person I know.
Mm-hmm. Spoon said best rappers are the Brownsville Cats with their life and defects.
Spoon is a smart guy. You see what I'm saying? He's a smart one. He's one of the small ones. Like I
He
be
does
hearing.
not know bamboo.
All right, so it's not the guy I thought it was. All right, but salute to you. Salute to you, though, brother. Um, Before I leave, I want to say this. We talking about verses. I mean, I know that wasn't the topic, but somebody just now mentioned Brooklyn rappers. I be hearing Queens rappers talk about Queens got the best rappers. No, they don't. No, y'all don't. I know y'all got some dope out there. But bruh, just by sheer numbers, bro. Come on. Like, and I'm not even going to I'm saying we got dudes like Talib Kweli, Most Def, and Fabulous. Fabulous ain't got nothing to do with Mos Def and Tyler. He's a totally different vibe. But I'm just saying, you got that quality of lyricism, and those ain't even the dudes niggas is gonna mention first. Like niggas probably will forget to mention Mos Def, and he will smoke. What are we doing here? Got the whole boot camp clique. You got half of Wu Tang. Let's not get this twisted. Jizza's from Brooklyn.
Jess Bracken said, I was on the Ave when you karate chopped an African table selling Black Moon mixtapes.
I don't believe you was there. I do not believe you was there. Nope. But tell the world though, because niggas be thinking I be playing. Don't play with my word up. ODB, Brooklyn. Raekwon originally from Brooklyn. So let's not get this sidetracked. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, Big Daddy Kane, Jazzo, AZ. Even if I'm not mistaken, Cormega ain't really from Queens. I think he's actually he might be a Brooklyn nigga too. Don't quote me on that.
Kendrick Jones said Master Ace.
Master Ace from Brownsville, special ed. Quit playing.
Jimmy said Pat.
Papoose. Quit playing. Joel Ortiz. Quit playing with me. RJ Payne was born in Brooklyn. I'm out. I just can't smoke you niggas, dude.